Hey Ranger Nation, welcome back to another video, and today I'm reviewing issue 8 of Mighty Morphin. And yeah, I thought I'd do the same as I've done it was normal, kind of like it. But if you like this sort of content and you want to see more, hit the like button, hit subscribe, as well as that cheeky notification bell, and check out the merch on the channel. It's more phenomenal. Anyway, let's jump straight in. So first of all, this issue, again, I felt was a lot of text. Like, it was text heavy, which to me is one of those things that just kind of annoys me after a while, because I want to see more action. I don't want it to be bogged down with reading way too much into it, and it feels like it can take away from the story, which I'm not a huge fan of. One of the things is, everyone knows that I love Zeo, so when they're talking about the Zeo crystal, even though I've just said it's text heavy, I do like it that they're talking about the Zeo crystal. I think to me that is something that's even better. It just makes me just happy because I love Zeo so much. I think that with Zordon, he's trying to take charge, but in this issue, it's more that, he knows his place in this, and that's fine because, again, Zordon's just been this kind of dick all the way through the comic book so far. So something that we don't normally see is like the Griffin Thunder Zord and actually being used rather than just like, oh, just call in the Griffin and that's it, and you never see it. So I kind of like seeing this, and I like seeing that Zords that don't normally get used actually get used for what they are, rather than just like, oh, this is just going to be a quick thing. Like, so seeing it zoom about, I was just like, do you know what? I'm perfectly on board for this. I think it's fantastic. So to me, I really was kind of really enjoying it. So it kind of like 2 points in is it felt like this would have worked and it was the savior. And then obviously when Tommy like kind of jokes that Aisha should be the leader of the Power Rangers, I kind of thought, well, Tommy, you're doing a really bad job anyway, so you might as well just stop being the leader and give it to someone else in this, because it just generally did kind of really annoy me that this is what it's come to. And yet I'm just like, oh god damn it, guys, seriously. But I'm kind of really glad that there's a bit of joking about this, but I would totally be up for like Aisha to become the leader. Oh no, actually no, the way that she treated Billy, like someone else, but I kind of get the joke. When it switched to the Rangers fighting in the building, I generally kind of liked this, and I thought, do you know what, kind of want to see more. But I know that we won't, because it'll be like kind of almost like a one-off thing, but generally really nice to have a look at. I think it's because they didn't care what was going on, and it was more, I'm going into the attack, this is what it is, screw these rules right now, we don't normally care about it. So again, it's the reason why I like it. I like seeing things like this because it's more, the Rangers are normally okay with stuff, but I love seeing the fact that they just didn't give a shit about things. I think, again, I've mentioned this in previous videos, is I like seeing the fact that Matt wants to help. I feel like he's stepping out rather than being a normal Ranger. He's being that Ranger, but the Ranger that we all want to be, where everyone knows him. He's taking this different stance. Now we know obviously who each of the Rangers are, but when it comes to like other people, they don't. So I really enjoyed seeing this. So for me personally, like, Matt is probably one of my favorite characters in this entire story arc, and I don't really have that many favorite characters in it. I think that when we saw the Dragon Zord fight as well, that was nice to see, because obviously we saw it previously in another issue. And I was like, yeah, I'm on board for this. I'm 100% on board for it. Okay, so for me personally, I really don't like the way that Zordon is portrayed in this. I really don't. I feel like he is a really dick character. I don't feel like he is the Zordon that we know, and that's fine, but I generally really don't like the way that he's written in general. So when he finds out about how Billy took the coin, it wasn't lost, and he just unloads and he just becomes this whole like rah rah rah, I really just wanted to go, shut the fuck up, Zordon, get out of here, or Billy just go, well, I'm going to take this coin, or you take the coin and just do what you want with it. I feel like Zordon has to be this all righteousness, where when you see it later on in the issues that we review with like mainly Power Rangers, you see that the Eltarian like army, it's very kind of like, you do what I say, you do this, and you do not turn against me. And I see this, and this really does kind of irritate me more than anything, because I don't see this as Zordon. It just reminds me of like the 2017 film Zordon, where it's like, you do what I say, and that's all. I generally really hate this. I think one thing we don't see a lot of time in is the military interfering. We never saw it in the series. I don't think you saw it in any of the films, but actually seeing the Rangers talk to the military and saying like, hey, you know, this is what's going down. I like this sort of thing because it just generates something a little bit differently. And then obviously you've got Grace taking out the putties as well. She's such a badass in this, and I like the way that her character is. Like, if you try to compare her and Zordon together, she knows what needs to be done while she's trying to make things happen, where Zordon is demanding, and I hate that. But I really do like Grace in this, and she knows what it's like because she was a Ranger, even for a very brief moment of time. And I think I would kind of like it. I don't know, it's been a long time since I've read the issue, but I think it'd be nice to see her further adventures if she was more of a Power Ranger later on, or, you know, what it was like having that power taken away. The Zords using energy beams, kind of like it. Never really see it that much apart from very quickly. It wasn't a bad issue whatsoever. I think there's a lot in here that was nice. I think the only thing that really annoyed me was just it being text heavy all the time. Wasn't a big fan of that. But generally, I actually really enjoyed it. Thought it was fun. I can't wait to review the next one. I was going to say read, I already have. I'm pretty much up to date with the comics. But yeah, I'm kind of excited about this. I kind of really want more. We're now coming into the terms where the comics, now you need to read them in order to kind of gauge what's going on. Hopefully, when I get to that, things will change and I'll be able to let you know. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this sort of content and you want to see more, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. Check out the more phenomenal stuff on the shop. And with that, I'll leave it there.
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとう。チャンネル登録、高評価お願い。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができるよ。